You guys, here we go again. Another massive scandal has exploded across the internet, and somehow, James Charles is once again right in the middle of it. But this time, it's not about inappropriate texts, it's not about career flops, it's something even messier and way more sinister. It's about loyalty, betrayal, and protecting someone accused of real-world harm. And what's even crazier, James's silence might just be the loudest thing he's ever said. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's more twisted than anyone expected, the disturbing connection between James Charles, TikTok creator Kayla Malec, and Kayla's accused abuser, Evan Johnson. Grab a drink because this is not your average beauty guru drama. It's dark, messy, and it's leaving fans furious. James Charles has spent the last couple of years desperately trying to rebuild his reputation. After scandals derailed his once unstoppable career, he's thrown himself into rebranding efforts, launching his painted makeup line, pushing YouTube, content, and collaborating with influencers left and right. He's tried to convince the world that he's changed, that the past was a learning experience. But now, all of that work is crashing down, again. Because when it comes to James, Charles' controversy seems to stick like glue. And in this latest case, it's not even about something he personally did. It's about who he chose to support behind the scenes, even as disturbing allegations were bubbling to the surface. For someone supposedly trying to stay drama-free, James has found himself tangled in a situation that is way bigger and way uglier than he probably ever expected. To really understand how James got dragged into this, we need to start with TikTok creator Kayla Malec. Kayla, who built a massive audience with lighthearted videos and brand collaborations, recently did something way braver than anything she'd posted before. She came forward with heartbreaking allegations against her ex-boyfriend, Evan Johnson. In a raw, emotional, 2-hour-long YouTube video, followed by an equally long part 2, Kayla laid it all out. She detailed how Evan allegedly mistreated her during their relationship, describing a nightmare hidden behind the happy TikTok couple facade. And the internet immediately rallied behind her. Fans flooded the comments with support. Fellow influencers spoke out. Even Reddit threads, often brutal and unforgiving, overwhelmingly praised her courage. But while Kayla's bravery was being celebrated, something else was quietly happening in the background, something that would pull James Charles into the center of the storm. Just days after Kayla shared her story, a TikTok creator named Zach Surs dropped another bombshell. His cousin had allegedly dated Evan too, and had experienced similar disturbing behavior. According to Zach, his cousin had kept quiet for months, until Kayla's video gave her the courage to finally open up. And although Zach's cousin's experience wasn't identical to Kayla's, the patterns were impossible to ignore. Manipulation, emotional distress, and a darker side of Evan that the public never saw. Zach thanked Kayla directly, calling her a strong woman for shining a light on Evan's behavior. And just like that, the narrative shifted from one woman's accusations to a growing pattern, a pattern that made James Charles's alleged involvement look even more alarming. As the accusations against Evan picked up steam, he tried to get ahead of the narrative. Old videos surfaced, filmed months earlier, showing Evan trying to defend himself. In these clips, Evan paints the relationship as toxic on both sides, downplays Kayla's experiences, and frames himself as misunderstood. If it was really that bad, Evan argued, why would she have stayed? Why would we go out on all those adventures together? He accused Kayla of exaggerating for views and fame, suggesting that she fabricated or twisted their relationship to create a viral narrative. But viewers weren't buying it. Comments flooded in, accusing Evan of gaslighting and manipulation. And slowly, the pieces started clicking together, especially when it came to who was standing by Evan's side during this fallout. Here's where the story takes a jaw-dropping turn. According to Zach, while rumors about Evan's behavior were already swirling, Evan wasn't lying low. He allegedly flew out to California to stay with James Charles between February 28th and March 3rd. While the internet was already whispering about Evan's past, he was allegedly living under James's roof, sleeping there, hanging out, chilling like nothing was wrong. Zach, who was still in contact with Evan at the time, claims he knew all about the trip, and fans were horrified. Because even if somehow James didn't know the full extent of what Evan had allegedly done, James did know that's serious. Accusations were being discussed, and yet, not only did he allow Evan into his home, he allegedly gave him a safe haven when the walls were closing in. But it gets worse, way worse. According to screenshots and claims made public by Zach, Evan allegedly messaged him during the California trip, saying that James told him to stay quiet no matter what. In other words, deny, delay, and hope. It all blows over. For a moment, let's pause and think about that. If these claims are true, it means James wasn't just passively letting Evan crash at his place. He was actively coaching him to stay silent about accusations of serious abuse. Fans who once defended James during past scandals were stunned. Was this really someone who had grown and changed? Or was this just the same old story, repeating itself with new characters? As damning as James's alleged behavior toward Evan was, what made it even more disgusting to fans was what it meant for Kayla. Because James wasn't just any random influencer to Kayla, they had worked together, filmed videos, shared private conversations. Kayla had trusted James enough to confide in him about her breakup with Evan, allegedly telling him in detail about the abuse she suffered. And how did James allegedly respond? By lying to her face. When Kayla, suspicious that something was going on, called James to ask if Evan was with him, James reportedly denied it outright. Denied it, while allegedly sitting right next to Evan. For many fans, this wasn't just messy influencer drama. It was betrayal of the worst kind. As the allegations gained traction, people noticed something strange happening on James's social media. Comments mentioning Kayla, Evan, or the situation were quietly disappearing. Zach also revealed that James allegedly slid into his DMs begging him to take down the videos exposing everything, claiming he was too busy with Coachella to deal with it properly. Viewers weren't impressed, deleting evidence, trying to silence critics, prioritizing festival appearances over addressing serious accusations. For someone who had supposedly learned from past mistakes, James seemed disturbingly eager to sweep this scandal under the rug. If you thought things couldn't get worse, think again. Zach went on to accuse James of hyping Evan up behind the scenes. In private FaceTime calls, James allegedly badmouthed Kayla, praised Evan, and made light of the situation. He even allegedly sent Evan flirty messages and surprises, framing himself as Evan's biggest supporter. And all of this, after hearing Kayla's story firsthand. Fans were disgusted. Had James truly learned nothing from the past? Or was his rebrand just another layer of makeup covering up who he really was? As of now, James Charles has said nothing. Not a post, not a tweet, not a story, nothing. And for many fans, that silence says more than any apology ever could. Instead of standing by his friend, he allegedly stood by her abuser. Instead of addressing the backlash, he allegedly deleted it. And instead of learning from his past mistakes, he allegedly doubled down on all the wrong behavior. It's a devastating reminder that actions speak louder than words. And sometimes, silence screams the truth louder than anything else. So, where does this leave everything? Once again, we're reminded that in the world of influencers, friendships are fragile, loyalty is rare, and reputations can crumble in an instant. Will James Charles finally address the allegations? Will he take accountability, or once again hide behind carefully crafted apologies? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear, the internet isn't forgetting this one anytime soon. What do you think about all this? Is James Charles too far gone, or is there still a chance for redemption? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to Celebrew, your home for the latest deep dives into celebrity scandals. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.